Growing up, I've always gravitated towards certain series, manga and anime. Unknowingly, there was something about these series that felt like a warm hug to me. There was probably something about the art that drew me in, and perhaps it helped that I saw myself in these characters. Now, its quiet moments have stayed with me to this day. I could never really put a finger on it until I researched further and found out that these series I was so into were specifically made with me in mind. A young girl who was so full of hope and craved a way to express that. For me, it was shoujo. Shoujo is a demographic. It translates to young girl. Its more well-known counterpart is shonen. Magazines use these categories in order to publish series to targeted demographics. And while it's important to keep in mind that these series under each demographic share some semblance to each other, it is not to be confused with genre. An easy way to think about it is that these labels help create stories with a specific audience in mind. That's it. With that said, shoujo is not limited to romance. There are horror, action, adventure, historical, fantasy shoujo. It just so happens that not many are adapted to animations, so perhaps it's the first time you're learning of this. Looking at my own history, I lean towards action, romantic comedy, and drama-centered shoujo. Magical girl anime? Ate all of them up. All the cute rom-com 2000 shoujo? I had that for breakfast. Drama? Yum! While I don't speak for the whole demographic, there are specific elements of shoujo that has me in a warm hug and feels it won't ever let go. Emotions are a driving force in shoujo. It's common to have internal conflict as the central plot of a series even. In turn, we as readers are invested into these characters' emotional journeys and we're left wishing for their happiness. What specifically gets me in shoujo is the use of vulnerability. While vulnerability can be seen as a weakness, shoujo isn't afraid to showcase it as a strength. There is a beauty to communicating your emotions, your insecurities, your fears, which are all things we are afraid of speaking about. What if it leads to people's judgment? What if it leads to a loved one's betrayal? What if it leads to helplessness? While these are all possible, there is a side of vulnerability that not many think about. By putting your most raw self out there, open to criticism or the wiles of the world, it allows you to develop as a person. It allows you to find people who connects with you, who understands you, who will care for you. If you never open up yourself in the first place, how would anyone get to know you? A series that shows this is Yona Of The Dawn. Yona is an open book. She wears her heart on her sleeve. This causes her to be used and betrayed by one of the ones that she loves most. But at the same time, it's these very traits that allow her to meet her current companions and connect with them. It's also her vulnerability that grew her into the stronger person that she is now, just as a diamond is made under pressure. On top of just vulnerability, a lot of shoujo involves the human condition. If you're familiar with my channel, I always compliment series that feature very human characters, and I never really thought about why it mattered to me so much until I looked back and realized my roots in shoujo. You might also be asking, what is human condition anyway? It's exactly how it sounds like. What universal experiences do we go through as humans? We fall in love, experience loss, form and break trusts, feel lonely, make mistakes, find happiness in the small things. Shoujo has a huge focus on the human condition, and often we are pulled into characters' minds and see the world through their eyes. There might even be characters you wholly don't relate to, but what I love about shoujo is I always come to some understanding as to why someone would act the way they act. It helps me empathize with different kinds of people from different kinds of walks. Strength is often shown through physical means in modern media. Characters go through training arcs and upgrade their powers in order to defeat a stronger villain. Characters can also go through trauma and come out of their experiences with a completely different view of the world, better equipped to face their reality. Often, a lot of the depictions of strengths are metaphorically represented through these power fantasies, but in shoujo, strength is displayed in a lot of unconventional ways. Strength can be found in emotional generosity. Strength can be found in allowing yourself to rely on others. Strength can be found in the resilience against your own anxiety. Strength can be found in finding happiness in the smallest things, even if life is completely against you. These stories equipped me as a young girl to see strength in my own identity rather than basing it off of external factors such as grades, validation, or status. It's the small little moments. There hasn't been any other series made for any other demographic that has made me kick my feet and giggle like I'm insane other than shoujo. It isn't even intimate moments that get me. It could be a small gesture, like the small ghost he crafted for you, or like the castle she protected that you both made at the beach. Romance in shoujo is undefeatable, boss level if I may say. It's difficult for me not to just gush and gush about romance, as y'all know my affinity for the genre, but with my wholehearted sincerity, love depicted in shoujo is masterful. The small nuances of relationships are almost always captured, and love a couple once felt at the beginning of a relationship may be completely different from the type of love they experience at the end of the relationship. Feelings are ever changing, and we get to see the ups and downs of interpersonal relationships along with the characters. It definitely drives me a little bit insane, but that's why I'm here. Of course, I also have a few shoujo recommendations for y'all to check out yourselves. For shoujo beginners starting out, I recommend Yona Of The Dawn. On her 16th birthday, Princess Yona is betrayed by her own family to claim the throne. She flees the castle with her right-hand man and embarks on a quest to reclaim the kingdom. This series is an adventure fantasy shoujo that is so worth checking out if you're into political plots and character-driven arcs. Yona has great character development, and you'll find yourself attached to all the side characters Yona meets along the way. From me to you. Sawako struggles to make friends as she is soft-spoken and resembles the horror legend Sadako from The Ring. It takes one person in the class, the ever-so-easygoing Kazehaya, to reach out to her, and slowly Sawako builds up the courage to break out of her comfort zone. Can she live the normal high school life she's always longed for? From Me to You, or Kimi Ni Todoke, is a classic shoujo set in a school setting. If you're looking for a sweet romance with coming-of-age struggles, I recommend this series. Season 3 is also currently releasing on Netflix, so there is definitely more to check out. Cardcaptor Sakura. Sakura, a 4th grader, one day stumbles upon a mysterious book of Clow, and upon opening it, she scatters a pile of magical cards and summons its guardians, Keroberos. She's now tasked to capture the cards along with her friend Tomoyo and her rival Shaoran. If you're looking for a more action-packed shoujo, Cardcaptor Sakura is a great series to start out with, as it offers episodic battles against the Clow cards. On top of that, there is a great mystery behind these cards that Sakura eventually unveils. For more seasoned shoujo lovers, I recommend some animes you might have not heard of, like Anonymous Noise, My Happy Marriage, or Rainbow Days. Shoujo to me has held such a special place in my heart since I was young to this very day. If you're a fellow shoujo lover, let me know what you love about shoujo too. If you reached up to this point of the video, comment with a dazzle. This has been Day signing out. Keep on dreaming, peeps. Bye!